Hey guys, welcome to the real BoldTV. It is BoldTV. So hi guys, long time no see. How are you doing? Anyway, so let me just see properly. Last week I told you guys a story about a woman that a lady that abandoned her baby and dropped the baby at children's home. Anyways, long story short, if you haven't watched the video, you need to watch the video because now this famous son agreed to do a DNA to see if this woman is telling the truth, if her story is the truth or whatnot. So the DNA result is going to be out on March 2nd. So wait for a quick video on March 2nd that I'm going to drop to update you on what really happened. Okay? Now, the other thing that I have another story to tell you guys, but before we get to that story, I want to talk about sharing, right? Is sharing the same in every culture, or is it, give me 1 second, is sharing the same in every culture? Hold on, I need to be comfortable. 1 second. So, alright, let's go. Anyways, I wanted to discuss sharing. Oh, this thing is cutting me somehow. So anyways, guys, I want to discuss sharing. Is sharing the same in every culture or not? So, when I was young, anyways, because like when I was young, okay, let me use a personal story. When I was young, like I grew up with so many relatives, so many cousins. The house is always full with kids, right? And sharing was like part of the culture. And even when we eat, the food will be put in a very big tray. My culture, we eat a lot of bread and we make our own bread. So we do have bread that looks like the French bread, but we also make bread that is borderline Ethiopian bread and not really roti because it's very light. Ethiopian bread is spongy, but our bread is it's like a paper, really, very light. So that is the kind of bread that we do. So the way we eat, everything is shared. So we have a big bowl where there's, whatever stew or soup that we have and vegetables and whatnot. And then you have bread, they put bread around the main, the stew, the main course. And then of course they have something called the Kenyan call it ugali, we call it asida, which is like fufu, but not really. It's not made out of yam. It's made out of, some of it is made out of cassava, sometimes it's made out of corn, right? Yeah, so we eat in a way that everything is shared, So say for example, if there are 12 kids or 10 kids eating, maybe there will be 7 pieces of meat, and that meat is basically split and shared, right? So it's very common that everything is shared. Even like the loaf of bread, when we get like the French bread, it's not like one person, it is shared. Even like growing up, in my house, you cannot just wake up in the morning and say you're going to make breakfast for you. No, breakfast is a communal thing. When it's your turn to make breakfast, you have to make breakfast for everybody. Breakfast for the kids, for the elders in the house and whatnot. So everything is shared. It's not something. In some homes here, you will see someone will wake up in the morning, they're just gonna get a bowl of cereal for themselves, right? In my household, that is a no-no. It doesn't work like that. If you want a cereal, everyone else is gonna have a cereal, right? Otherwise, you ask them what they want to have for breakfast, but you cannot just wake up in the morning, because in my culture, it's seen as selfish. But I think in the culture here, it is okay. It's like, in my culture, you cannot talk back to elders, talk back to your parents. But in this culture, it's very common. There was a time I was in downtown, and I think the mom was telling something to the daughter, and the kid was like, "Mom, shut up." Yeah, in my culture, that is a no-no. Okay, and here you will see when they are giving things, sometimes I don't think the culture, maybe it is there, but I don't see. But the culture of sharing and the culture of community is not very strong in this part of the world. Everybody, on their own. Even the neighbors don't know each other, for example. But back home, when I was growing up, I thought our neighbors were our relatives, because they are always there, very helpful in so many ways. You grow up with a neighbor, you know your neighbors and everything. And sometimes, like, I remember when my grandma makes snacks or something over the weekend, it's not only, they will give you some, they'll tell you, take it to the neighbor, They'll send you with some food, take it to the neighbor. Whatever the neighbor is cooking, the neighbor will also, they'll ask their children to bring it, So it's a community, like, we always shared. But when I was young, I didn't know how to share. So I remember this one story, very funny story. My aunt gave me a bowl of fruits to go share with my cousins, and they were like so many. So I went around giving everyone fruit. So I didn't know how to share. So I shared for everyone, and then the bowl was empty. There was nothing left for me. So I started crying, and I went back with the bowl. I'm like, I didn't get fruits. And my aunt is like, who shared it? I was like, me. Then it's like, okay, so if you are sharing, you have to make sure you include yourself. So of course now I'm crying. She said there's no more fruits. I went back to my cousins, and they have eaten all of it. So I was just crying because I didn't know how to share, right? So I was told that at an early age, like, when you're sharing, share with everyone, but also include yourself in sharing, not just giving everyone and then you basically neglect yourself. But I didn't understand that. For me, I was happy that everybody is happy they are receiving fruits, but then I didn't realize that I needed to keep some for myself as well, right? But the culture of sharing is instilled very, even like when they give you a banana, unless you see the elder or the person is giving banana to everybody else, it is just an instinct. If you have a friend or anyone close to you, you're going to share it. It's very common. And even like when you're when you are in a public transportation, you will see a mom giving snacks to his kids, and if there are other kids, even though she doesn't know who they are, she will just share, right? But and then we didn't have this allergy. Like here, for example, they say, oh, you cannot share because some children have allergy to peanut, allergy to this, allergy to that. Yeah. But yeah, so the culture of sharing is very, very interesting, and I think it's one of the great cultural, I don't know how to say it, it's one of the great facets of a culture that I think is very important to instill in kids. And also it probably cuts down on being greedy and being selfish and saying that everything is all about you and whatnot. Yeah, but in this culture I don't see it. I don't see a culture of sharing that much. Apart from the fact that people are saying, oh, they cannot share because of allergy and whatnot, and also because people back home lives in a very community thing. Say for example, there are small things that sometimes you need from a store that you don't really have to. So for example, back home is very common. Say it's in the evening and you can't really go grocery shopping and you're out of sugar. You're just going to your neighbor, and then they just, oh, sorry, I forgot to buy sugar. Oh, I forgot to buy salt. I forgot. People just share. It is normal to share, and people they don't even think about it. And if you go grocery shopping, say you see something on sale, it's very common. People just buy it and they'll give some of it to their neighbor. Know that, hey neighbor, I got this on sale and now you have to pay me. So anyways guys, yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about, the culture of share. Tell me in the comment what type of sharing culture you have in your culture. I don't know if this English is making sense. If you guys also have this facet of sharing in your culture, because I find it to be such a beautiful thing, and it's very common in so many African cultures that we believe in sharing. And sometimes it is not a lot, but there is just happiness. There is just that happiness in sharing. You just feel good in sharing the small you have with the people around you. It's just very satisfying, you know. But the culture here is all about me, about my family. It's like you want to save, you know. If God also shares, if God was also someone that was not really open and good in sharing, I don't think he would have shared his son with us. But anyways, that's a story for another day. Alright, so anyways guys, let me know in the comments, do you guys also share? How do you share in your culture, in your family? Do you guys also do share? Even like passing down clothes, that is still part of sharing, you know. And having something in the house that you're not using, go and give it to someone else that needs it, you know. Some people have like so many shoes, so many clothes that they don't need. But trust me, there are people out there that really needs it, right? And they'll be happy and grateful that you are sharing that blessing of the clothes, of whatever it is with them. So guys, I just want to say it's very important to share. If you have something, even sharing knowledge is very, very important. Sharing knowledge is like, I think, I spoke about the previous week, I spoke about the Epstein file. When I watched it, I was really traumatized. And I shared my knowledge about that. And I said, one of the things that I learned is, let's cancel the culture of sleepovers. Don't trust anyone. In fact, we are just in a time in this generation that is a different type of generation. Things are not the same anymore. People are not the same. So yeah, just cancel sleepovers, cancel out of town trips that your child doesn't have to deal with. You know, just be like protective of your kids until they're able to protect themselves, and just be talking to them, be giving them wisdom on how to read the room. Some people don't know how to read the room. Like if you go to place and you read the room and you say, this doesn't seem right, it's because it's not right. Get out of there. Anyways guys, that is it for now that I want to talk to you guys about sharing. And then I'm gonna come back with a story, okay? I have a wonderful story that I need to tell you guys. Alright, I'll be right back.